What is up, Heffas and friends? Welcome to another episode of Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you're new here to this channel, how are you? My name is Jillian and welcome to another adventure. Heffas, we are at Universal Studios, and why are we here? In celebration of Mardi Gras. So I actually, some time ago, purchased the Mardi Gras package. What's unique about this is that we get a chance to actually get on one of the Mardi Gras parade floats here at Universal Studios located in Orlando, Florida. And in addition to that, be a part of the parade, check out the views from that perspective, and then head on over to Cowfish Burger for dinner. And what's cool about the package is that you can actually pick from a few of the different restaurants. I have never been to Cowfish Burger, so I'm looking forward to not only enjoying Universal's Mardi Gras parade, actually on the float. Y'all, I have never been on a parade float before in my life, but trying, because you know we like to get our eat on here at Java and Journeys, try a new restaurant located over at Universal City Walk. So Heffas, break out your Mardi Gras beads, get your dancing shoes on, and let's go ahead and get into this journey. All right, Heffa, so we are moving along full steam ahead to check in over near where the animal actors stage is adjacent to ET. And what's going to happen is that we're going to check in over there. And you need to make sure that you read the instructions for the time of when you are expected to basically report to that designated area. And of course, at the time of this recording, depending on when you're watching this, Heffa, always check and make sure that you know where you're going. And make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to get there. We are hauling it because we experienced a little bit of traffic and we had to stop by guest services to get our ticket for the Cowfish Burger dinner after the parade, but it's all good. We're just, doing our little speed walking. And y'all know I'm not new to speed walking, so I got this. So we're gonna go ahead, scan on in, and head on back to check on in for the parade. And of course, making it into Universal Studios, we already see some of the Mardi Gras parade cast hanging out. We have a band out here over. Y'all, I'm so excited for Mardi Gras celebrations this time of year. Now, if we were in New Orleans, it would be absolutely epic. But I'll take this as a decent alternative, right? We're gonna pay honor and homage to the amazing city of New Orleans and also try to get our eat on. Now, Heffas, I haven't thought that far ahead to actually seeing if we're gonna get a chance to try some of the food that's a part of the celebrations. Probably not. We'll probably save that for another time because as soon as we get off this float, honey, I want to go get my eat on. Y'all, it has been such a long day. How are you feeling out there? Drop down in the comments. And you all know, if you comment, if you engage with your girl, show your girl a little bit of love. She will shout you out by cheersing to you over a coffee at the end of our next video. So don't forget, in the spirit, we're wrapping up Black History Month. But as I love to say to my Heffas, don't make me cut you with love. But y'all, I have been so busy today that you know how you're just in meetings, you're doing work, and you literally just don't have time to eat or do anything. That's pretty much my situation. Work got me busy, got your girl booked and busy. And while we're walking to the checkpoint for the floats, look at the gift shop for the Mardi Gras parade. Y'all, we will definitely check that out. Now, like I said before, we'll see what we'll get into afterwards. More than likely, I am going to definitely come back out here and do a little bit more of an in-depth review, as well as hopefully get one of my walk and talks over here and bring you Heffas in with me live. Y'all, the weather is great. We're just getting over another cold snap this week, and it feels really nice out here. I don't have my heavy coat on. I'm repping my Cowboy Carter attire, and it's just really nice to not be freezing. And those of you all who haven't watched me and haven't been keeping up, we've been having these cold spells, these ridiculous cold spells, and I'm not talking about it dropping into the 50s. No, baby. It's been like freezing temperatures, which is so unusual here in Florida. So I feel like my community is trying to recover from that, because the consequence of the freezing cold weather is that in my neighborhood, y'all, our little palm trees, our shrubs are dead. They are gone, honey. And now the HOA is like, baby girl, you better get your coin right, because because everything has to be uniform, that you have to replace your plants. And I'm like, can we at least get a hookup? Y'all, first world problems for real, but like some of these plants are expensive. Do y'all know how much trees cost? I'm not in the business of buying big trees. Like I have little patio plants, but y'all, we have small palm trees in our neighborhood, like throughout, like I would say every person's property has like 1 or 2 small palm trees. So nothing too crazy. And y'all, these palm trees can run upwards of $450. And these are the tiny ones, not like the big ones that, you see as we were passing through Universal, not like the big tall ones. And I'm just like, good grief, well then how much are those palm trees? All right, Heffas, enough of the chit chat. You see ET across the way, and we're heading over to the Animal Actors Theater to go ahead and check on in. And y'all, I'm about to tell you the tea in 2.2 seconds, but we have to go pick up our little costumes. Who knew? I had no idea we'd be wearing costumes, which makes sense on the float. So we'll see what that's going to look like. And Heifers, I'll let you know. I'll let you know all the tea. All right, we're back here in the costume section. Let's pick those up. Friends, we have our costume. We are good to go. We made it. Woo, because they're doing a last call right now. And just so you can get a purview, so they put everyone in these different costumes after you sign in. So this is what's going to happen if you decide to do the Mardi Gras Parade package. Once you make your way back at the Animal Theater, you're going to sign a waiver digitally, so they'll have a QR code so you can scan that. They're going to check your names, make sure you are who you say you are. So you're going to go through a few small checkpoints. Super easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. And then once you make your way in front of the stage, you're going to walk all the way down, and you see the costumes over there in the corner. And according to your wristband, which you get when you register, and Heffa's, here's the wristband here. So they come in different colors, and basically the color of your wristband is going to dictate what costume you have on. So my costume is New Orleans themed, and everyone has a different thing. So the colors represent a different aspect, a different part of the parade celebration. So I think blue is Bayou, another color are beads. So it's all like Mardi Gras themed. And so what you're going to do is find your tribe, find your people, and you'll see little signs that tell you like where you should be seated, and you just go and you hang out. So what's going to happen is when they're ready to escort us over to the floats, we're going to go. I can record up to a certain point, Heffas, and then afterwards, I can't record until the parade float actually starts moving and we see people. They will also give you your beads, and just as a little pro tip, if you decide to do this, they will tell you like the zones where you can throw your beads and then where not to. So of course, let's just say if we have people going into the Wicked experience, you shouldn't be throwing beads at the entrance, right? It's definitely targeted toward where there are groups of people where you are authorized to throw your beads. So don't worry, honey, like they will explain everything to you to make sure you are having a good time, while also keeping yourself and the people around you safe. Y'all, check out this costume. Now, this color gold washes me out a little bit, but it is festive. And I'm okay with that. It's comfortable. It like ties on the ends here that you can see. So it's super easy. And the person helping us with our costume, he actually tied, he hooked the girl up. He tied the sides and everything. So I'm good. I got my pretty little bow. So I'm excited, Heffas, to get this parade started. So I'll check back in with you as soon as we start making our way over to the floats. Y'all, can I also make a quick mention? Like, shout out to my Heffas who actually came to this parade prepared. I'm like, your girl completely failed the homework assignment. Look at my beautiful queens with their hats on. We have our friends over here with the little headband, the themed shirts, like this gentleman over here. Y'all, your girl, listen, she late, but she's still on time. All right, friends, the New Orleans float is heading on out, and I'll check back in with you all when we make it over. Swing. We are throwing the beads and having a good time on the New Orleans float. Y'all, this is so much fun. I am so thrilled to be doing this. My co-producer's in the back trying to grab some more beads. We're going through this, babe. So I'm going to continue to throw some more beads and have a good time. All right, Heffas, we are passing by transformers. You can see right here. And we are not throwing beads in this section. Obviously, there's no one here. But you also want to avoid the entrances to the attractions and some of the shops and restaurants. But here's our next round of folks over here, y'all. And we have that great shot of Mel's Drive-In. So we're having a good time. We're going to keep enjoying, celebrating Mardi Gras. We have our friends down there, and of course more floats across the way. Friends, we are finished with the parade. Heffas, that was so much fun. My co-producer and I were just saying that that was a lot more enjoyable than either of us thought, and I wasn't really sure what to expect, but just seeing like the enthusiasm, the kids, I'm like, man, I should have been keeping score to see how many people I actually was able to toss the beads to. But that was great, and my co-producer, who was all-knowing, was sharing with me. So the package that we did, I believe it's $95 a person, but check it out because I think it may fluctuate depending on the day. And again, you get to choose, if you decide to buy the Mardi Gras package, one of 4 restaurants. And granted, this could always be subject to change, so always check the Universal website. I'll make sure to put the link below so you can view it. But you have 4 restaurants to choose from. Again, we're going to do Cowfish Burger, and you get the guaranteed spot to be a part of the parade. Now, if you're like, Heffa, in this economy, I am not trying to pay $95. I feel you on that. So another option you can do is consider doing the virtual queue, which I didn't know existed. Now they have a small amount of seats for that. So if that's something you're interested in, I would say try to get here early before the parade starts. Get in the virtual queue and hopefully you'll get selected to enjoy the float experience. Does not come with dinner, but at least then you have the flexibility if you were able to actually get selected to be on the float, to have a good time, and then pick wherever you want to eat afterwards. And Heffas, we are going to go ahead actually before we go get dinner and check out the Tauntaun's Roadhouse. You all ready to go? Let's see what the merch is giving, baby. Before we head over to Cowfish Burger, let's go ahead and get on in. And y'all, if the graphic shirt is cute this year, I may have to peep that out. Hi! And here are some of the glasses here. Ooh. Y'all, I will say, okay, now you all know how we're gonna have Java and Journeys without a bit of Java. Check out the coffee beans they have now. Typically they have this brand over in the Halloween shop in Islands of Adventure. So here on the selection, of course, they have the fun hot sauce over here. But y'all, I'm not interested in the hot sauce. I am interested in this coffee, which is $21 a bag. But you see the coffee shop of horrors right here. So they have this Highlander Krog here. Ooh, this one's whiskey, y'all. Butterscotch and vanilla. Let's see what else she is giving over here. Okay, coffee shop of horrors. We have the Siren Song. Ooh, baby, this is toasted coconut. Okay, she might be good. And y'all, this looks, this is fun. They have the zombie dirt, and that is a dark roast. Ooh, yes. And then y'all, I have a Horror Nights shirt that has like the little pumpkin mug right here. And I say Horror Nights because that's when I purchased it. It's not like the licensed Horror Nights, but still fun nonetheless. And this is pumpkin spice. Now, it's a little bit too early for pumpkin spice, so I don't know that I'm as interested in her, but I love this packaging. Y'all, my spirit, ooh, actually, y'all, I can smell it. Like, ooh, okay. I may have to get into that. So your girl has some decisions she needs to make. What would you all pick? Would you get the toasted coconut? Would you get this like whiskey infused one? Would you just go with the dark roast, or would you go with the pumpkin spice? Y'all, that pumpkin spice smells really good. You may have to check that out. And then of course here they have the hot sauce. All right, friends, and they have the Mardi Gras cups here. Let's take a closer look. Ooh, this looks fun. Yes. I think this is cute, y'all. And then we have the shirt, and I was just admiring this. I'm like, this is giving me Seattle vibes, probably mostly because of the pattern. But y'all, check out the shirt here. Now, this shirt, Mardi Gras shirt, is gonna run you, looks like $35. And then of course we have the long sleeve. Let's check out and see how much she is. All right, y'all, she is $65. Oh, okay, and then it says Mardi Gras here in the corner. That's cute. Ooh, yes, and I love a cute little gray hat. Y'all, look at the headbands. I love it. And let's actually see how much the headbands are. Okay, $27. So y'all, that's like Disney prices. Now, if you really want to get fancy with your Mardi Gras beads, come on now, baby. You need to come over here to the Tribute Mardi Gras shop. These are going to run you $3 for $15. But look at all. Now, this is like the quality. This is like we extra. We're going to be extra for Mardi Gras. I especially like this one at the end. Oh, with the fuzzies. Y'all really like this one. I'm not going to get it, but this is cute. Which one of these would you get if you were really into Mardi Gras? And we have some more beads over here. And then, y'all, here's another long sleeve shirt. And this Mardi Gras shirt is going to run you $50. Let's see, is there anything on the front? Okay, this is the front, y'all. Which I like a little crew neck situation. And then we have more of the glasses over here. Are you a shot glass girly? I have never actually collected shot glasses. Ooh, y'all, look at the little espresso glasses. Should we get this to go with our pumpkin spice? Y'all, this is so cute. $12. This is fun, y'all. Like, when I say cute, I use cute and fun kind of interchangeably, but I love this. And it's funny that this is Mardi Gras because I feel like, for me, this is giving me more, just because of the skull, it's giving me more of the Halloween vibes. But ooh, y'all, should I get this like for my little Halloween collection? I may have to. Okay, I'm gonna think about this because this would be so fun to go with Elphaba. Y'all, I should get this for Elphaba. Get a couple of these. Y'all, I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit it down for right now, but I think I'm going to get a couple of those. Ooh, and you know she love a good mug. I do like the mug. Y'all, we're going to try to be careful. I'm not trying to break anything. Yeah, here's our mascot right here. And y'all, this is a good size mug. And I like the way it feels on the outside. And Heffa, looks like this one's going to run us $25. So yeah, I like the mug, but y'all, I may definitely have to get those little espresso cups, which I guess are also like shot glasses, but that I'm like, yes, espresso. Y'all, look at our ducks. Okay, this is cute. The espresso cups were fun. The ducks are so cute. I can't. And I know people with Jeeps collect these. Can you all tell me what is the purpose behind that? I've just never understood the reason. I'm just so curious. But the rubber ducks are going to run you $6. We have a little candle action over here. Oh my gosh, y'all. We have the little mascot. Is this like a little shoulder? Okay, no, not like a little shoulder friend, but I love this. Now I'm kind of like, okay, let me think how I can make this little guy fit with my little Halloween collection. Y'all, I never have purchased any of the Mardi Gras merch historically here because I've never really seen anything that I really like. I am feeling the designs this year. Look at the keychain. I don't need this, but if I had a Mardi Gras lanyard, and I love that this like part spins here, I would absolutely get this. This is $15. Oh, y'all see, this is how they get you. They hook you up. Look, you got your little lanyard. You know how we like to be coordinated. We like our lanyard to be coordinated over here. I love this. And then we have our little cup holders. Tauntaun's Roadhouse. You know, I love Universal knows how to set up a good thing. I will give Universal props all day, every day for that. It's just so cool how these things are put together. And y'all, okay, yes. This shirt, this is like something that I like. I love the alligator. I love the color. It's gray. Y'all, this, we may have to see. This is dangerous. I need to step on out of here real quick. But y'all, this shirt is going to run you $35. And then we have our little plushies over here. And then like your Roosevelt style button-up shirt. Yo, there's just so much, but I think we covered the bulk of the merch, my friends. Oh, look at these hats. Okay, these are kind of like, ooh, yes, this is different. She has texture. It's purple velvet, has Mardi Gras. Yo, this is what I should have purchased for the parade and been decked out with my shirt and everything. But that's okay. We'll try again next time. But this hat, Heffa's, is going to run you, let's see, $30. And y'all, I forgot my glasses. My sunglasses are prescription, but I thought I had my regular glasses with me, so I'm having to squint extra hard. But look at this. This is so much fun. All right, Heffas. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get my coffee. I'm going to grab, I think, one of the Mardi Gras shirts, a couple of the espresso glasses / shot glasses, if you will. And we're gonna go ahead and head on out. But drop down in the comments if you saw something that looked interesting, let me know. And don't forget to like, in the spirit of Mardi Gras, subscribe and share all the festivities that are going down here at Universal. Yes. Y'all, my co-producer was pointing out that all these signs are fictional, like alcohols, beers, and I was so enthralled with showing you all the shot glasses, aka espresso glasses. Look at this. And then when you step out to get the whole view, you see like the faux bar. I love the theming. This is definitely giving me the New Orleans dive bar vibes. And then even back here, this is just so cool. And how can we forget before we check out? Y'all, when I came in, I didn't even notice the ceiling. Again, I love the complete theme. And just so we can get a perfect view, you know, we gotta do it for the gram. This is awesome. And y'all, the hits just keep coming. Just as I thought we were at the end of this Mardi Gras tribute store. Look. And listen, in case you don't know Heffa, please stop taking the teeny babies. Quit being selfish. We're supposed to put these in the king cakes and you keep taking them and you're just like, you know, affecting the whole process. So please stop doing that. All right. This is so awesome, y'all. And listen, we're trying to get our grill together. It's going to be here in a month. We thought it was a week. We got our times a little bit wrong. You'll be fine. Y'all, this is so awesome. And you just like come through this beaded partition. And it's, again, like you are in the dive bar, okay? They have the hot wings. They have the beignets. Near the swamp, all right? That's what this is giving. And y'all, I also want to issue a correction. So I'm going to get our little friend right here. He is a shoulder friend because I put him on here and this is metal. He just stuck right on there. So this is the part right here that goes like on the inside of your shirt, on the top of your shoulder. And then you just stick the little guy on here. Y'all, I can't. Okay, well the grill is here. So that reference was about a new grill. This is just so awesome. And I'm so happy we're here at this time where there aren't a lot of people. And check out more of the effects. And then you come over here. We have a little projector that's running hot. There are some really cool effects that are happening over here. Have this. And let me show you the other side of this shot. Is this not neat? Like, come on, Universal. And y'all see this was not on the ground a second ago. That is amazing. Shout out to the designers. Come on now. And we're making our way around. Okay, y'all, now we're in the graveyard. New Orleans style. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. This is just so awesome. Y'all, this is the benefit of being able to come out on a weekday in the evening. Because let me tell you, on the weekends, this whole thing would be crazy busy. All right, my friends, we're gonna go ahead and check on out over here. And then we are going to make our way over to Cowfish Burger. Oh my gosh, y'all. Yeah, see, let me tell you, my queens that were standing next to us, they had their hats and everything. This is what we should have done. I should have came over here before the parade. So if I happen to do it again, y'all, I may have to creep back over here and try to get a little bit more themed. My friends, we have officially exited out of Universal Studios. And again, Cowfish Burger is located within Universal City Walk. And again, y'all, I have no idea what to expect because I have never been to Cowfish Burger. So I am looking forward to trying something new, because there actually aren't too many restaurants that I'm like wildly impressed with at the City Walk. I mean, there's certainly some decent eats, but I've been to like the NBC Bar and Grill. That's okay. It's not bad. It's all right. Voodoo Donuts, y'all, I am so sad because I feel like the Voodoo Donuts here, and I honestly think it's just gonna depend on what kind of donut you get, what time of day. Obviously, it's gonna be less fresh the longer it's been sitting out. But like, I feel as if I have resigned myself to the fact that if I wanna get really good Voodoo Donuts, I just need to get it in Portland, which if you're unfamiliar with Voodoo, when we pass by, I'll show you, it's really cool. And honestly, because of the mascot, it fits right on in with Mardi Gras season. But it's just not giving like the spots. Voodoo Donuts is straight out of Portland, Oregon. And while it is not my favorite donut, I certainly think that they have fun designs. I'll say it that much. And it's no shade to Voodoo Donuts. Y'all, you see how I talk myself out of like potential partnerships? But I feel like you go to Voodoo Donuts when you're in Portland for the fun. You go to Blue Star, baby, for the flavor. Blue Star is for the grown and sexy only. If you're not ready, you're not ready. Blue Star Donuts has to be one of the best donut chains within the Pacific Northwest, more specifically Portland, because you cannot find Blue Star anywhere else. So for a local chain, it is not for a local chain. Let me stop. Let me not insult Blue Star like that. Period. It can compete, I think, with any gourmet donut shop. So, speaking of Voodoo, as I was saying, we're going to be passing by. Let me show you all a little bit of a peek of what it looks like. So, here's the outside. And like I said, Voodoo is not bad at all. You kind of see on the chair, the design, like what the donuts are giving. Fun designs, but like I said, it's all right. I think the locations in Portland are far better. It's probably just because they're fresher versus here they're trying to make all these donuts in really big batches and get them ready to go. So yeah, I'm done. The last time I got it, I was like, okay, this ain't giving what I need for it to give. And if you do find yourself, based on my review, because you all know I tell you anyone can catch these hands any day of the week. I'm going to be honest about my experience. So we'll see how it goes. But if you find yourself wanting to try Cowfish Burger, it is located right next to our pizza shop over here, the Red Oven. And you will see Cowfish straight ahead. So y'all, let's go ahead, get on in, get settled, and hopefully be able to get a table, because we can make reservations, but we chose not to because we weren't sure when we'd be actually done with the parade. So we're gonna go ahead, check on in, and catch back up when we get inside of the restaurant. Now, the menu is pretty extensive here at Cowfish Burger. And what we don't know is, because we are doing the parade package, is if there's like a fixed menu So I'm going to show you all a little bit of what this general menu is giving, and then we'll actually see what our options are once we get inside. But y'all, they legit do have burger sushi. And it looks really interesting, and it's not as gross as you think. It's not like it's a mix of seafood and like ground beef or anything crazy like that. So they have the standard rolls, which you're seeing right here. And then I think it's either on the following screen or the screen subsequent of that will actually show a visual of the burger sushi, which looks really fascinating. So you have a lot of options here if you want a sushi roll, or if you want a burger, or if you want to get into your burger sushi. Right here, y'all, look at that. That is wild. And that's just like your beef with the cheese, bacon, potato strings, flash fried. Y'all, that looks insane. And then here are our selection of burgers. So a little something for everyone. I am so curious to see if we're gonna be like limited to our selection, or if we're able to pick like an appetizer, entree, and dessert from anything off the menu. I'm sure there's some limitations, but we'll see when we get inside. Heffa's good news. So with the package, what you essentially get is a non-alcoholic drink. I will show you what I am planning on getting. Each person that has the package gets an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. So y'all, I am ready to eat, and it's access to anything on the menu. And if you want an alcoholic beverage, they would just bill you separately for that. So let me tell you all what I think I'm going to be getting into. So I have not even looked at the desserts, y'all, but in terms of the mocktail, they have, and again, a pretty long menu. I think the milkshakes sound really interesting. Now, y'all, if you want a milkshake, that counts as your dessert, so that's an option. But in terms of the specialty mocktails, I am going to try this dragon fruit spritz because it has the dragon fruit, lemongrass syrup, San Pellegrino, lemon juice, and ginger beer. I've never had anything like that, so we're going to do something a little bit different. And then for the entree heifers, I am actually going to switch things up. Actually, before I even get into the entree, how dare I? Let's get into the appetizer. So the co-producer and I are going to get that tuna and avocado tuni that you saw that picture of on the rotating menu. And then we're also going to do that spicy Tagrassi shrimp. So I'm looking forward to that. And then coming on down, y'all, so I was like, should I get burgers? Should I get sushi? My co-producer is definitely going to go ahead and get that all-American bacon double cheese burger ushi. So he's going to get that. I am actually going to get the fusion specialty bento box. So peep this out, y'all. It's both sushi and burger. And I think for my sushi, I'm going to do the firecracker. And it's this firecracker roll that's featured up here. And y'all, that is essentially going to have shrimp tempura, kanai, coated tempura flakes, topped with yellowtail salmon, spicy mayo. I'm going to ask without the spicy mayo, masago, topiko, scallions, and dipping sauce. So y'all, I am looking forward to trying that. Oh, now I don't know, y'all. The maker's roll sounds good too. Okay, no, I think I'm going to stick with the firecracker roll. The other option you can get is something called the Boss here, and that has spicy tuna, but because I'm getting the tuna and avocado tini, I was like, I'll switch things up just a little bit. But then again, we are going to go get the shrimp as the appetizer, and the firecracker roll is the shrimp tempura. But it's two different types of shrimp, so I think that's okay. So y'all, that's essentially what I'm going to get. Our appetizers have arrived now, friends. Instead of getting the shrimp, we went ahead and sprung for the blackened nachos because our waitress recommended it. Now, my co-producer does not like cream cheese, so we got the crab ragoon dip on the side. So check it out, because I'm not going to hold you all. When the blackened tuna nachos came out, I'm like, this looks a little sad. But then it occurred to me, it's probably because the dip is typically on the nachos and we got it on the side. So hopefully the tuna will be good quality, not taste fishy. And then here is our tuna and avocado tini. This looks like a delight, so I'm looking forward to trying it out. And here is my dragon fruit spritz. I love how the bottom kind of moves when you turn the drink. And of course I'm going to stir this up. But yes, Heffas, let's go ahead and tuck on in. All right, Heffas, drinks up. Let's go ahead and get into this mocktail. This is actually the first mocktail I've had at a restaurant in a very long time, because you know, your girl tried to get her grown and sexy on. Cheers, Heffas. Thank you for joining me on this fun Mardi Gras adventure. Yes, I love the lemonade, great dragon fruit flavor, and it tastes very refreshing with that ginger beer. It doesn't taste overly sweet. Yes, that is tasty. I love that. All right, Heffas, let's go ahead and get into these nachos. All right, Heffas, I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm going to try this dip first because my co-producer told me it does taste like it has a cream cheese base. Let's see. The chip, that's it's like a wonton nacho. It definitely gives me crab ragoon vibes. Now let's go ahead, because I wanted to try the dip first. Let's go ahead and try this whole thing. And let's see what magic this is going to create. Yo, that is wild. That is wild. So the blackened tuna tastes good. It's not like the freshest tuna, but it doesn't taste like it's been sitting out for too long. It tastes like it's right, like had they waited like a day or two, and then it started getting that fishy taste. So I love the seasoning, like that blackened seasoning. And the crab ragoon dip is good. Thank you. Yeah, everything's good. Thank you. No, this is just wild. I've never had anything like this, and I'm so happy we got it on the side, because I don't think I'd want it like soaking up the wonton chip. But definitely for someone that's not into the cream cheese, of course, get that on the side. Now I want to get into the avocado tuna tini. Thank you, co-producer. Now, look at that, y'all. I love the big chunks of tuna. And I'll already tell you, before I even had any of it, I'm like, oh, I wish they would have drizzled a little bit of sriracha on the top. Let's try this out. Y'all, that's bomb. Again, the tuna actually, to me, tastes a little bit fishy than the blackened tuna does. So definitely not as fresh, but I love that avocado flavor, and it also has that ginger seaweed salad at the bottom of the glass. So you all know how I like to rate things out of Heffa. So for me, the tuna tini, avocado tini, I probably would give that like a 2 out of 5 Heffas, again, because the tuna doesn't taste the freshest. The blackened tuna definitely tastes a bit more quality. I would give the nachos like a 2.5 out of Heffas. Again, it's wild. It's good. It's not bad. I don't love it though. Y'all know what I mean? So I gotta rate things accordingly. But I'm gonna continue to munch on this a little bit more, and hopefully the entree is something that is a level up. Hopefully we can get to a 3 up in this B. There's 2 of the desserts that they had, which I ended up going with the pecan roll. They have cream cheese in it. So my co-producer went ahead and got the milkshake as his dessert, and they just went ahead and brought it out. They asked him when he would like it, and he just said whenever it was ready. And y'all, this looks like a lot of fun. And this is the Munchies, Midnight Munchies milkshake. And as you can see, it has like Snicker bar, just like a, like think Midnight Munchies, like potato chips, all that kind of jazz. Should I try it? Okay. Y'all, he's letting me try it. And again, I'm gonna post a link to the menu so you can read all the details. Because sometimes these milkshakes and these things that we order have so many components, I can't remember. Let's see. Ooh, that's good. Ooh. No, I'm not gonna hold you. That tastes like a delicious Snicker bar milkshake. You have that caramel. I love it. That is definitely a 3.5 out of 5 peppers. And it's also been a long time, y'all. I don't really drink a lot of milkshakes. Like, I think the last time I actually had a legit milkshake was like at Black Tap, and this is like Las Vegas. This was like just coming out of the pandemic. That's been ages ago. That is delicious. So highly recommend. Aim for the Midnight Munchies if you love like that Snicker bar chocolate caramel sauce taste. That is delicious. I also want to call out that with the tuna avocado tini, the seaweed salad is really good in this. I'm not going to change my rating. I still feel like that this is like a 2 out of 5 peppers because again, the tuna is not the freshest, but the avocado chunks are delicious. The seaweed salad, there's ginger, so that really helps balance out the slight fishiness taste that you get from the tuna. So I cannot wait till we get our entrees. Literally just like clockwork, as soon as I brought up entrees, it's like the entrees magically appear. So friends, let's get into this burger sushi bento box. So we have my little slider right there. We have our cucumber salad, some edamame. We have our sweet potato fries, and look at our firecracker sushi. This looks like fun. So I hope it tastes as good as it looks. And then check this out. This is the burger sushi roll. I literally cannot wait to try this because this also looks crazy and insane. Okay, I need for you to make a prediction. Do you think the burger sushi is going to be good? Drop down in the comments. Let me know what your initial thoughts. If you think it is something that you would actually try, let's go ahead and get into it. So my co-producer is gracious enough to let me try his burger sushi roll, and I'm like, let me try that first because this is the wildest thing I've seen. Y'all, get into it. You see the meat. You see the like a little bit of mayo. You see the mustard. There's cheese in this. Let's get into it. Woo. Jesus, I know you got a lot on your plate right now, but if you want to just, you know, take a moment, sprinkle some of your love and your goodness on this, amen. Baby, my co-producer was just like, what am I eating? That is wild. But I like it. It's crazy. It's like, I like it. And at first I wasn't sure, but y'all, it tastes like a burger, but instead of a bun, you have like a rice patty. That is good. For me, that is a solid, I would say 3 out of 5 peppers. That is so tasty. It's just crazy because you taste the pickle, you taste a burger, but it's rice instead of a patty, and then it has like the potato strings around it. That is so unique and wild and different. I love it. Y'all, I love like just different experiences. That is crazy. Now let's follow that up by getting into this firecracker roll. Let's see what this is going to be giving. Yo, that is like the sushi flavors I used to know. You have that shrimp tempura, the kick, the jalapeno, spicy mayo. That is good. The fish at the top, again, a little fishy. I would give that a 2.5 out of 5 Heffas. Now, I'm going to dip through everything else pretty quickly. I'm not going to hold you. My little slider, she's looking a little dry. So let's go ahead and actually take a bite of that. Edamame is edamame, y'all. We're not even going to, you know, edamame is good. But let's see. I may have to add some mustard and ketchup to this. Oh, but you have a little pickle. Okay. Okay, y'all, so she's a little juicy. She's glistening a little bit. The flavor of this is good. I love a grilled burger. That's good. I'm gonna add a little bit of mustard and ketchup. But honestly, and this is not me trying to insult Cow Burger Sushi, but it reminds me of the Burger King burger. And I do like Burger King, so like maybe like a slight step up above. But I love like that charbroiled taste. Let's get into our sweet potato fry. Crispy, solid, good flavor. Baseline 3 out of 5 Heffas. Now let's try this cucumber salad. Everything's good.
My brain is processing this. It's so good. It's good, but it's just weird. I'm like, oh my goodness, am I eating this? Like, what's going on?
It's different. It's really good though.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
No.
It's interesting, but it works.
Right. That's exactly, yeah. Oh yeah. No, the cucumber salad, it's refreshing, gingery. I am not mad at any of this. This is good. And let me give you another close look at it. Now, I do wish there was a little bit less dressing, but because I'll tell you that if you try to take this to go, I don't think it's going to make it, because the dressing like makes the cucumber, there is crispiness to it, but because it's already peeled, it is going to, if you were to try to take this home and refrigerate it, you would probably have to eat it, I would say, within like a day, because it would be straight up soggy. But I love the ginger flavor, so this is good. I would give this, I would say like 2.5 out of 5 Heffas, just because I would like a little less dressing, but nonetheless, it's good. Y'all, this is solid. This is solid. It's like we were talking to the waitress, and it's like the burger sushi is the wildest thing I have put in my mouth in a while. It is crazy. I'm actually surprised I've not seen more videos about that. It's crazy. Y'all, I'm gonna continue to enjoy my food, and we'll check back in when the dessert rolls out. And friends, we now have the best for last. At least what looks like the best, girl. We'll see what it's given. But here is our pecan roll. Does this not look delightful, y'all? And this, I don't know why, it did not occur to me that it would look like a sushi roll. I just thought it was gonna look like a standard, like a Swiss roll, so to speak. So let's see if this is going to be tasty or not. Ooh, y'all, I'm so excited to get into this. All right, here she is. All right, let's take a bite. I don't think you're gonna like it. Yo, This tastes like the holidays. It's like a pecan spice. Oh no, she's falling. She's falling, y'all. She just started doing the gangsta lean. But you can kind of see the cream cheese there in the center. And it's like that spiced pecan bread with the caramel drizzle. It's like, I feel like I'm in Christmas right now. The only thing about it is that it's cold, and I think that's intentional. I wish it was warm, because that would be so good otherwise. But I'm not mad at it, y'all. For me, it's a solid 3 out of 5. It's just giving me all the holiday vibes. So if you love your like pecan spicy bread, it kind of reminds me, you know at Starbucks how they have the walnut bread? It kind of reminds me of that, but like spice. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to taking this home and getting that hot cup of coffee. I'll be like Elphaba, come on girl, we gotta go to work. We need a little bit of espresso, we need that drip, because that will go perfect with this roll. So y'all, I think I'm good. I'm gonna share final thoughts on the way out. Heffas, I had a really good evening, and I was feeling a little bit down, and I wasn't even sure. I was thinking, like the other day, even today, like, do I want to try to reschedule my parade package to another day? But I am so happy, and let me just leave you with a little bit of a word real quick before we get into burger sushi, that if you are ever having those like down days, sometimes it's good to just get yourself out to help really elevate your mood. I had a much better time than what I expected. And so to me, I would definitely tell you that, from my opinion, the parade package is definitely worth it in terms of to have the opportunity to get on the float, throw some beats. My co-producer, I've never seen him so happy. Like, he was just very excited. It was just fun to see people have joy. And especially when you're able to make eye contact and throw some beads down, and like the kids were so excited. And I don't have any children, but I love seeing like little kids be excited and happy. So it was just, I don't know, it's just great to be a part of something that is bringing people joy and thusly gives you joy at the same time. So super grateful for the opportunity. So shouts out to Universal for actually creating an experience like that. And again, you don't have to do the package. You could sign up for the virtual queue. And my co-producer was telling me that you have to be in the park at 2 o'clock to get in line for it. So you can always try that out. I think I'm going to try to do that one of these days. I don't know when, because of work. So it would definitely have to be a weekend situation. But y'all, the Cowfish Burger was so interesting. I would say my overall experience, I probably will rate it like a 2 out of 5 Heffas, maybe 2.5. And not that it was bad, it's just okay, right? Like my co-producer and I were talking about this, and it's like, if you want a burger, you can go get a really great burger at other places. Now, mind you, I didn't have one of their premium burgers. But if you want sushi, there's a lot of really good sushi spots here in Orlando. So it's just okay. I don't know that I would highly recommend it. I think if you're looking for something interesting and different to eat, definitely that sushi burger was insane. That is like the wildest thing I've ever tried. But everything else was pretty standard issue, and the fish wasn't the freshest. So overall, yeah, 2 out of 5 Heffas. So try it if you must, and especially if you're looking to be a little bit adventurous, get that sushi burger. If you're not wanting to get that, then you know, there's no, like, I wouldn't tell you to go out of your way for it. But again, overall, y'all, I just had a fun experience, and I think for the $95 per person, considering what you get, I think it's a good value, but that's my opinion. And again, you don't have to go to Cowfish Burger. They have other options. Like I was telling my co-producer, I'm like, man, they have Lombards, and y'all know, check out my video about Lombards. Lombards is really good. But I wanted to try something new, and I don't regret that at all, because it was really good to just see. I'm always on the hunt. So for those of you all that are local to Orlando, or maybe you come and you visit here frequently, are there any restaurants that you like at City Walk that you find to be really good? Because again, for my POV, I haven't really found anything that's exceptional. I've had some decent things, but nothing that like I would be like, you have to get this when you come to Universal. If anything, I think like Lombard's is good, but like City Walk itself is a little bit of a struggle bus when it comes to finding really good food. But Heffas, with that being said, I know there's a lot of heavy things going on in the world right now. So you know you can always catch me in my walk and talks. I wasn't able to do a walk and talk this week, but we'll see. I have a good friend coming into town. I'm hoping that I can maybe convince him to get on a live with me, which I think will be fun. But either way, you can always catch me then on Wednesday, 7 p.m. ET, and I'll post if that time changes. I try to post if I'm not able to do it, but honestly, I didn't post anything for this week. Also, you can always connect with me by dropping a comment below. Like, subscribe, share. Sharing is caring, and it's free to support your girl. With that being said, Heffas, I hope you maintain a sense of peace, calm, and joy, even in these rough times, and know that your girl always has your back. I'll catch you on your next adventure. Actually, on our next adventure. And hopefully we'll have a lot of good caffeine involved, because this one didn't, and I need some caffeine right now. All right, Heffas, I'll catch you later. Bye.